finish his career out in Cleveland.
But you made another great point, Thomas. Oh my goodness.
There are always a few players in Summer League that make you stop scrolling off your phone, not because they're lottery picks, not because ESPN talks about them every 5 minutes, but because every time they touch the basketball, you start thinking, wait, who is this guy? And that's exactly what's happening with Cleveland Cavaliers rookie Meleek Thomas. The 34th overall pick has quietly become one of the biggest stories in Las Vegas. Every game, he looks more comfortable, more confident, and more like someone who belongs in the NBA. And after just a few Summer League games, Cavaliers fans are already wondering if Cleveland found one of the biggest steals of the entire draft. So today, we're breaking down Meleek Thomas' incredible Summer League run, his journey to the NBA, and why his story is even more inspiring than his stat line. Let's get right into it. In his Summer League debut against Indiana, he dropped 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, shooting 7 for 15 from the field. But what made the performance even more impressive was how he finished the game. After a quiet first 3 quarters, Thomas exploded for 12 fourth quarter points, nearly leading Cleveland all the way back from a huge deficit. And that's the type of mentality coaches love to see. Some players disappear when things get difficult, but Thomas attacked harder. But if there was one game that put Meleek Thomas on the map, it was his performance against the Miami Heat. From the very beginning, he played with complete confidence. He wasn't just looking to score, he was controlling the pace of the game. Every time Cleveland needed a bucket, Thomas seemed to have an answer. He finished with 35 points, leading the Cavaliers to a Summer League win and putting together one of the most impressive performances of the entire tournament. He scored at all 3 levels, attacked the basket without fear, and knocked down big shots whenever Miami started to make a run. But what impressed me the most wasn't even the points. It was how composed he looked. You would never guess this was a rookie playing in Summer League. He stayed under control, made smart decisions, and looked like someone who belonged on an NBA floor. Performances like this don't guarantee future stardom, but they definitely make people take notice. And after a night like that, Cavalier fans have every reason to be excited about what Meleek Thomas could become. The crazy thing is, this isn't new at all. If you followed Meleek Thomas before the NBA, you've seen this movie before. Growing up in Pittsburgh, Thomas quickly became one of the top high school players in Pennsylvania. He started at Lincoln Park Performing Arts Charter School, where he built a reputation as one of the most gifted scorers in the entire country. But instead of taking the easiest path, he made a bold decision to join Overtime Elite. That meant leaving behind the comfort of high school basketball to compete against some of the best young players in the world every single day. It wasn't about fame, it wasn't about taking shortcuts, it was about getting better. And that decision definitely paid off. At Overtime Elite, Thomas became one of the league's biggest stars. He showcased his elite shot-making athleticism and confidence while proving he could score at high-level competition. And that experience prepared him for his next step, Arkansas. When John Calipari arrived at Arkansas, expectations were sky high, and one of the biggest reasons was because of Meleek Thomas. He didn't try to force his way into the spotlight. Instead, he played winning basketball. He showed he could shoot from deep, create his own offense, defend multiple positions, and make smart decisions with the ball. Night after night, he proved he was much more than just a scorer. NBA scouts loved his versatility and confidence, but somehow, 33 players were still drafted before him, and sometimes that's all the motivation you really need. When Cleveland selected Thomas with the 34th overall pick, it wasn't the biggest headline of draft night, but it might end up being one of the smartest picks. Second round picks don't get handed opportunities, they have to earn every minute, every practice, every possession, and every game. And that's exactly how Meleek Thomas has approached Summer League. He's playing with the hunger of someone who still has something to prove. Every bucket, every defensive stop, every hustle play, it's all sending the same message: I belong here. The Cavaliers don't need Meleek Thomas to become an all-star tomorrow. What they need is another reliable guard who can create offense, and that's exactly what he's showing. He can score off the dribble, he can shoot from deep, he can attack the rim, he can make plays for teammates, but most importantly, he plays with confidence. Summer League success doesn't always translate to the NBA success. We've seen players dominate in Las Vegas and disappear once the regular season begins, but confidence translates, work ethic translates, basketball IQ translates, and Thomas has shown all 3. So Cavs fans, you better be excited. But this is why basketball is so special. Not every NBA success story starts with hearing your name called in the top 5. Some begin with being overlooked. Some begin with people doubting you. Some begin with having to prove yourself over and over again. That's been Meleek Thomas' journey. From Pittsburgh to Overtime Elite to Arkansas and now to the NBA. Every stop has made him a better player. Every challenge has made him more tougher. And every doubt has become fuel. maybe the Summer League isn't just the beginning. Maybe we're watching the early chapters of a player who will become a key piece for the Cavaliers for years to come. But one thing is certain. After his incredible start in Las Vegas, Meleek Thomas isn't flying under the radar anymore. The rest of the NBA is officially paying attention. So there you have it. If you liked today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to build this channel to 500 subscribers, and you guys are showing massive support lately, so I appreciate you guys very much. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.